Hey guys, Rexlent here. Welcome to another video, this time for Yangyang Xuanling. So my voice is kind of shot at the moment because AX gave me hentai virus. So bear with me, I won't be as loud as I usually am. And also, as you can see, I'm in a different room right now. I'm currently in Shanghai and Bilibili World is tomorrow. So I'm doing this from the hotel, so quality may be scuffed. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So for Yangyang, she has 4 basic attacks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So she also has 2 sword forms. The first form, the default form, is the Azure stance. So this is the Azure stance, like that. 4 hits, as you saw. And if you press her E skill, she changes stances. So if I press E skill right now, she goes into Feather stance. So they're completely the same in many ways. They're also 4 hit combos. So in Feather stance, 4 hit combo, 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. I'll explain the differences later, but all you need to know is whenever you press E skill, she can switch stances at any time. So you see, I switch to Feather, I switch to Azure, Azure's 4 hit combo, and then Feather's 4 hit combo. You can also switch in between combos. Like when I press basic attack, you can see on the bottom right, E skill is active every time I do a combo. And you can press E to switch. So you can attack and switch, attack and switch, attack and switch, and so forth. And then she also has a plunge attack. That. And that's all you need to know for her basic combos. Now we'll talk about her Forte. So for her Forte, you see this pink bar at the bottom. This is her melody gauge. So when there's enemies, I'll activate enemies. Whenever she attacks enemies, it will spend melody gauge. As long as you complete the 4 hit combo, she will spend all of the melody gauge. And then you can see that her E skill is enhanced, shiny E button. So same rule again in WoWa. Anything shiny, you just press it. So E is shiny, press shiny E. So she will do an enhanced resonance skill and at the same time changing her stance to the other stance. And also after you do the shiny E, notice how I have half a gauge over here, half a blue gauge. That's her plume gauge. So the goal of Yangyang's Forte is to get 2 plume gauges and then she will have her enhanced heavy attack. So let me do another combo again to get the other plume gauge. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright. Now I'll do my enhanced E again. So see, now I have a full plume gauge over here. And you can see that my basic attack is glowing. So now you just press heavy attack. Just press and hold basic attack. Just press it and hold all the way. And that's it. That's her enhanced base heavy attack. And now I will use ultimate. So ultimate gives 3 effects. Number 1, when I use ultimate, it's gonna expand all of my gauge, so I will have an enhanced skill right after using ultimate. Number 2, ultimate will also give me 1 plume, so half of the blue gauge will be filled. And number 3, the next enhanced skill that I use after ultimate will have an extra attack. So let me do ultimate now. So you see what happens. So see, I have half of a blue gauge. My E skill is ready because she already consumed all the melody. So I'll just do my E skill now. There we go. So now, right after ultimate, I already have a full gauge. Now I just do heavy attack. So see how the heavy attack is different from the one before? The heavy attack that you saw before was this one. Let me charge up again. So I'll charge 2 plumes. Okay. So the previous heavy attack you saw was this one. I'll do it right now. The one where she goes up. Like that, you hold all the way. So now I explain the differences between her heavy attacks. Okay, now I have my heavy attack. Her heavy attack depends on the stance that she's on. So if I'm on Feather stance, her heavy attack will be the one that she goes up and do all that long air combo. If I'm on Azure stance, like so, this is Azure stance, and if I do heavy attack, she'll do a forward cyclone, like that. So that's the difference. Now another thing to note is that apart from doing enhanced skill and also ultimate, these two will give her half of a plume gauge. Her intro will also give half of a plume gauge. So this is what her intro rotation will look like. So I'll just intro Yangyang here. come in, straight away, half a gauge already. See? Half of a blue gauge. Now you just spam basic attack. You can just hold basic attack all the way until you finish a gauge. And you see, Enhance E is ready for the next blue gauge. I'll do Enhance E. So I already have a full plume gauge. Now I do my Enhance Heavy attack. So just hold basic attack. Hold all the way. She's going to go up and down. And that's it. The next thing you'll do is Ultimate. After Ultimate, Enhance E will be ready again. So press Enhance E. And then Enhance Heavy will be ready again. So press and hold basic. So did you get all that down? It's really simple. Now I'll explain the differences between the two Enhance Heavy attack. So obviously the one with the air combo has a higher base damage compared to the one from the forward cyclone. However, the first time you do either of the heavy attacks, they come with extra 160% crit damage. And that buff only kicks in with a 25 seconds cooldown. So if you want optimal damage, you're meant to cycle between both heavy attacks. You don't want to spam them all the way within 25 seconds. So right now I'll do this heavy attack, the forward cyclone. So that 25-second buff is away, and you're expected to do the other heavy attack. So after you do the forward cyclone, you do this one, the one where she goes up, to take advantage of the other 160% crit damage. Of course, when you're doing this in an actual rotation, Yangyang is gonna do both anyway. When you intro and then you use the heavy attack, and then after ultimate you do the other heavy attack. So she will do both of them anyway. This is something you consider when you're doing solo. Another interesting thing to note is that when you don't finish your combo with Yangyang and then you switch weapon, she's gonna leave behind a phantom that does fixed damage. You see how there's a phantom over there? Like so. And also, when you switch weapons, like this, when you switch weapon like that, it comes with its own dodge. So when I do this and this sliding, it has dodge. So iframe during it. It's pretty good for doing some stylish maneuvers in solo fights. Alright, now we'll go through the proper rotation input for Yangyang. And starting with this trial team, as you can see here, we have Shorekeeper, L Potential, and Yangyang herself. Bear with me, I have really high ping right now, so my Forte gauge doesn't increase on time. It's slightly delayed, but anyway, just follow the cheat sheet on the screen. Okay, Shorekeeper, 2 sets of Forte. So I'll just pretend doing it since it's already full. 2 sets of Forte, and then everything out. Chisa in. For a basic attack, Big Scissors out. E and Echo, ultimate. After this, Enhance E. And then hold basic all the way. And then Yangyang out after this. Yangyang out, Echo. And then for basic attack until the bar is empty. Shiny E, Shiny Heavy. After she lands, ultimate. Ultimate already. Shiny E, Shiny Heavy again. Shiny E, Shiny Heavy. That's it. That's the whole rotation. They should be dead by now, but they didn't spawn on time due to my lag. But anyway, you just refer to the cheat sheet and then you can already play Yangyang correctly. So team composition wise, this is the first example that you can use Yangyang with. Shorekeeper and Chisa to support Yangyang. You can also use Mornier, Chisa, and Yangyang. Chisa, Rebecca, and Yangyang is also a good alternative since Rebecca gives all damage M and also heavy attack buff, which Yangyang scales off on. And since we're talking about heavy attack buff, you can also use Mortifi for more heavy damage M. It's actually pretty versatile to run anybody with Yangyang. Otherwise, since most people have already done Edge Runner, you can use your free Rebecca as the middle support for Yangyang. Now let's talk about her gear. So starting with Echo, you want to go with Song of Feather Trace, the new Echo set, since it gives a 10% energy regen on the 2 set effect and also for the 5 set effect. It's going to give 20% crit rate and 35% heavy attack bonus. And for this one, for the 4 cost, you'll go double crit. Crit to crit damage ratio is 1:2. And then for the 3 cost, you will go for double havoc or 1 havoc and 1 attack, which loses by a little bit. And then for the 1 cost, you will go for attack percentage as usual. As for the substats, you go for double crit followed by attack percentage followed by heavy attack. followed by flat attack, and then everything else. For the energy regen, you want to target 125% energy regen for Comfy. For the signature weapon, Yangyang's own signature weapon is really good, 12% all attribute damage bonus, followed by heavy attack amp and also heavy attack ignoring defense. If you don't have a signature weapon, you can also opt for Choyan's weapon. If you use Choyan's weapon, then in her rotation, you want to do 4 basic attack first, followed by Echo instead of the other way around to get the buffs. Otherwise, Emerald of Genesis also works. If not, then it's the Battle Pass weapon. As for the skill leveling, Forte and Ultimate is the most important, so go for these two first, as well as the 2 inherent skills, followed by normal attack, skill, and intro. And a TLDR of Yangyang's passive is basically the more Havoc Bane stacks the enemy has, the stronger Yangyang gets, more and more amplified damage up to 66% with Chisa, since Chisa increases the stack by 3 more. And then also Yangyang will spread the highest Havoc Bane stack enemy to all the other enemies. So I'll spare you all the details here, it's really long. More Havoc Bane stack, the better. All you need to know is that the more Havoc Bane stack, preferably 6 stacks with Chisa, the better. And as for the outro, there's 2 effects. The first effect, 300% damage from Yangyang. And the second effect, everybody except Yangyang gets this buff, Tonal Switch. As long as anyone does a Havoc Bane, they're gonna get 20% Havoc damage amp. Now when it comes to sequences, Yangyang's sequence breakpoint is at 0, 1, 2, 3, and 6. So like most resonators, 4 and 5 are utility. The highlight of S1, the usual, when she does her enhanced heavy attack, she gains immune to interruption, and then also her enhanced skill will cause stagnation, so they will be slowed down. So S1 is mostly quality of life. S2, more damage in her enhanced heavy attack, as well as dodge counter, and also she gets the typical buff whenever she's out of combat for 4 seconds. She's gonna do this extra 337.98% attack, and the highlight of it is that she will always start the battle with 2 Azure Plumes. So you get 1 free heavy attack every time she enters battle, and reset the cooldown of gaining Baited Breath and Streaming Storm. Baited Breath and Streaming Storm are the crit damage bonuses whenever she does the heavy attack. Remember I said that they have 25 seconds cooldown each. So every time she goes out of battle for 4 seconds, these will be reset as well. So you'll always get the full bonus every time. Now for S3, S3 is the big damage increase for her. Resonance Liberation amp by 175%. And now her intro and her enhanced resonance skill will increase the maximum Havoc Bane by 3. So basically she will be Chisa herself. She has less reliance on Chisa. The Havoc Bane stacks will go up to 6 for her to achieve the full bonuses. However, if you bring Chisa, it goes up to 9, which is also good. The Havoc Bane stack bonus at 9 will have about 6% defense reduction. And now her basic attack stage 4 and also enhanced heavy attack will additionally inflict 1 more stack of Havoc Bane. S4 is simple. Whenever she does all this, she's gonna give 20% attack to everyone on the team. Typical S4. S5, you get insurance from death every 10 minutes. So every time Yangyang takes a fatal blow, she will recover 50% of her max HP and be immune for 3 seconds. S6 is about 60% increase in her damage. Every time Yangyang inflicts Havoc Bane, she's gonna get a 30 seconds buff where she gets a 40% heavy attack damage increase. And after she does her enhanced resonance skill for 30 seconds, as long as anyone in the team does an elemental debuff like Glacial Shade, Fusion Burst, Electro Flare, Arrow Erosion, Spectral Frazzle, and Havoc Bane, Yangyang is gonna do 1 instance of 337.98% damage up to 5 times, and they will be a short crit, and the cooldown of this effect is 25 seconds. So that's it for her sequences. If you want a pull guide, I recommend S0 R1 first, followed by S1, S2, S3, and then S6. So that's it for Yangyang, guys. Really simple for her rotation. Outside of her rotation, she's really versatile in making combos. Just know that she has 2 different combos. The Azure Stance combo, also, and then you press E skill to go into Feather Stance combo. 4 hits each. And then you can mix and match with her different heavy attacks, so on and so forth. Like so. Anyway, hopefully this guide has been helpful to you in understanding how to play Yangyang Xuanling. Consider leaving a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I have more guides here as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.